one of the more interesting pieces of working with the board on their governance practices is understanding what are the best practices. I'm personally very interested in the new ways that governance is evolving. Often it's an opportunity to sit down and be really frank and honest with the board of directors about what their role should be and could be so that they become the most effective board they can be.
The first thing I like to do is to really have a great discussion with the board. What are their expectations? What's the background here? What are the challenges? What does success look like? I want to know what I'm aiming for.
Governance is a table stake, right? Good governance, good transparency with shareholders, and for employees, good values that are going to attract and retain employees.
The nonprofit sector is going through a huge change as we wrestle with issues like colonialism, racism, and all the kinds of discrimination that have been prevalent in our organizations along with our culture. At the governance level, one of the things that I'm helping my clients work on is understanding how their organization's needs need to be part of the governance work. Who on your board is actually able to understand and empathize the experience of your clients?
What I think an independent consultant can bring is a truth teller. You can actually hold up the mirror and say to a board, here's what I've found.
So I think we're seeing change in recruitment and retention activities by boards where they look at themselves and they look at their communities and they say, how are we representing our community at this board level?
This is just being a good citizen. It's about what kind of world you want to live in and what kind of world are we creating for our children. Now, on the social side of ESG, it just makes total sense that you would be including EDI values in your hiring practice, in your leadership practice, in your C-suite, on your board, because you want to look like the world you live in.
And that is the way you ignite the heart, by telling the organizational story, telling the organization's story as you make progress. And that keeps everybody engaged, the board, the staff, the stakeholders, the funders, the donors. I'm all about the story and the telling of the story.